Hi, this is Vehicam. It's a modular camera system for vehicle-based games, and it is also an extension for Unity's Cinemachine package. To create any rig, you can do it manually, just like how you would add Cinemachine camera, but there is a faster workflow. You can just drag and drop pre-made camera rigs on top of your vehicle game object. For example, I will use this Street Racing 2 rig. It is very similar to Need for Speed. I will just drag and drop it on top of my vehicle game object. As soon as I drag and drop, it will pop up a window to set up the target. You can rename it, but I will just create it. What it does is it adds vehicle camera rig and also assign the targets. It also created a target and it also has a script. This script will basically provide all the necessary values for the camera to behave properly, like speed, turning and stuff like that. Here is our camera rig. It is combination of Cinemachine components and also some extensions. These are custom extensions that adds procedural camera movement based on vehicles movement. You can just click play and test how the camera behaves, and if you don't like something you can disable or remove from here and also change the values and stuff. It's very similar to how Cinemachine works because these are just extensions of Cinemachine. You can change the position of camera from here however you like. As you can see, there are procedural motion for the cameras when the vehicle jumps and turns and stuff. When you accelerate also there is a shake. If you don't like any of the thing, you can play around with the values. If you don't like anything, you can remove, or there are other extensions as well you can check out from this folder. If you want more camera rig, you can drag and drop the same way and it will add a script to manage the camera views. For example, we will add the FPP camera and it will pop up the rig setup wizard again, and we will just create it. We will have to position this target at the character head. You can also notice that it also added a script which is rig manager, which basically manages all the different camera rigs. So basically you can keep on adding multiple rigs and you can manage different views for the camera, different behaviors from this script. I will just show you in a minute. If the camera of the current rig that you just added is not visible in the game view, you can also go here and click on priority and increase the priority of that specific camera just for testing. This value will be managed runtime by this script, but for just adjusting the camera and stuff, you can increase this value so that you will be able to set up the camera better. Now if I click play, I have this camera, but if I click E, I will switch to the FPP camera. There are other settings as well in the FPP camera. You can change how much you will be able to view with mouse and stuff. There are procedural motions as well. So basically all the rigs are similar to each other. You just have to change couple of things, disable or enable some components and stuff, but don't remove this script. This script allows you to drag and drop and that window pops up. That window pops up because of this script, the rig setup wizard. Okay, so let's add more rigs. So this is like a open world kind of rig. Don't add the rig under the Vehicam rigs, add it directly to the vehicle's parent. It will set it up automatically. At any point of time you can change the position of the target and stuff however you like, but I will keep it centered, but I will just make it a little bit below. This is kind of open world similar to GTA. If I switch to that rig, this is like GTA. You can move around, pan around with camera and stuff. There are a lot of extensions in this pack. I will explain a couple of them. This extension adds roll to the camera when the vehicle is turning, and there are a couple of things, procedural curves and stuff, you can change how you want the camera to behave. This is spring follow. This, I think this is the most useful extension, and it adds very nice juice to your camera when your vehicle jumps and stuff. This adds a spring like behavior. This is dynamic FOV. It changes the FOV based on the speed and acceleration and stuff. This is similar to the spring follow. It adds spring like motion but in rotational axis. This adds shake to your camera when your vehicle is at top speed, and you can configure it at which speed you want the shake to happen and how much intensity. This adds some drift effects when the vehicle is drifting. It adds couple of procedural camera movements. You can change it. This is acceleration effects, like when the race is getting started, you want some shake to the vehicle, just like engine rumbling and stuff. And there are other effects as well, like the camera pulls back itself to show that the vehicle is accelerating. These are some small things that adds up. These are turn effects similar to acceleration effect. These are applied when the vehicle is turning. You can choose what effects you want while it's turning and stuff. This is input glance. It's like looking at all the angles. Like let's say the player is racing and he wants to look back, he can do that by down arrow, or you can configure the input from here, up, down, left, right, 45-degree angle as well. And if you don't want it, you can just remove it. It's very modular in that way. Combining all the effects, it looks very good. With this tool, you will be able to create multiple rigs per vehicle and manage them, and you can also create prefab out of these, and it will work the same way. You just have to have this script on your prefabs. You can also create a rig from scratch by adding all the cinemachine components one by one and setting up all the values, but I feel this is much faster workflow to add the prefabs directly to your vehicle and just change couple of values.